on YouTube. This year I decided that I was gonna get into growing my own mushrooms. I figured that's another great way that I could grow some of my own food here. I basically just bought a couple mushroom grow kits online, but in today's video I'm going to take you through the process of how I set them up and the first 10 days of growing them up to my first harvest. You can probably expect that you're going to see more mushroom videos coming too. I'm going to be trying different ways to grow them. I'm planning to anyways. We'll see where it takes me, but yeah, I'm planning to try different ways to grow them, include growing them outdoors and indoors. And yeah, we're going to take you through the process. So I really have almost no experience growing mushrooms. I've done it a couple times before with a little bit of success anyways, but I didn't really know what I was doing so much. So don't necessarily think that I'm doing it the right way, but you know, we're gonna try it out. We're gonna try it out anyways, and we'll see how it goes, see how they turn out. Right? Look at that. Looks like it came right through the filter patch, whatever it's called. Alright, so now we cut open the top and let this soak in water for 24 hours. So the instructions seem to suggest that it came with some kind of greenhouse bag that goes over the mycelium bag, but I only see this one bag, so I don't think that's going to be an issue though, because I can always turn this Tupperware into a greenhouse and, you know, use that instead, so it shouldn't be an issue. Look how colonized this is. It's so much mycelium everywhere. It's awesome. So this bag here has been soaking for 24 hours now. You can see it's full of water. So now I'm gonna have to empty the water out of it. So now I'm gonna put this bag in a bowl here, and I'm gonna take a clean knife and cut a hole in the bottom so the water can drain out. Cut a little X. So I'm going to try growing it laying on its side like this instead of standing it up. So now I'm going to cut some holes in it and then we'll get it set up in here. So this is going to be the bottom here. I'm going to cut a little slit here. Trying to make sure I don't cut into the mycelium too much. Might do a couple small holes on the side. Now I'm going to do a big X on the top. Knife is not sharp enough for this. we're gonna set this up in here. This is a package I got from Grow Mushrooms Canada, so let's open it up. Lion's mane and wine cap. So the wine cap mushroom, I'm gonna plant this right outside. I need to go get some straw to plant this in, but yeah, then this is gonna go outside. Pretty excited about that. And we're gonna try growing this inside next to the oysters. See how that goes. So this lion's mane, the mycelium looks way different than the blue oyster mycelium does there. You can like barely see it, but if you look closely, it's really everywhere, all throughout this block. Also, I was looking through the instructions for it, and it doesn't say anything about soaking this one for 24 hours, so I'm not going to. So I cut along the bottom, of course, and I cut on both sides here, and then a couple along the sides there, and right at the very end there too. Give it a little soak in this bowl here. Just let all the water drip out of it. There we go. So I stuck this thing in there. It's a thermometer and hygrometer. So it measures the temperature and the humidity inside the fruiting chamber, just so I can keep an eye on it. This is the lid I have for it here. This lid already had a hole cut out there for a different project I had on the go. But yeah, it should work, hopefully. If not, I can always poke some more air holes, or, you know, try to find a different container to use as a fruiting chamber. It's not a big deal for me, but yeah, soon I'm gonna get some perlite to fill the bottom. I haven't gotten around to grabbing any yet, but that should help keep the humidity higher when I do. I just got back from Halifax Seed, gardening store that's in Halifax here. Got a bag of perlite, I got some straw, I got a bunch of potting soil. I'm gonna turn this tub into a real fruiting chamber now, so I'll show you how I do that. The way I had it set up, it probably would have worked a little bit. I might have ended up having to poke more holes in it for airflow or something, you know, figure something out for a little more airflow, but other than that, it probably would have worked. But I'm gonna try to set it up a little better than how I had it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm taking my 1/4-inch drill bit, and I'm gonna be punching a bunch of holes in here. So I'm gonna do a bunch of holes in the bottom and then all through the sides too. Probably like every few inches or so. It's not going to be an issue. Now I got a bucket cleaned out that I'm going to use to soak this perlite in water, and then I'm going to add it to the fruiting chamber. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to fill this with water and let it soak for a couple hours. So the perlite is going to want to float on top of the water. So you could put something on top and weigh it down, but I think what I'm going to do is just keep coming back every half hour or so. Just give it a little stir. I think that should be good enough. So I got them all set up in there now. I definitely put in way more perlite than I needed to. I could probably take half of that out. Because I'm not going to have a lot of space for the mushrooms to grow now. So I'll have to end up taking the perlite level down. But that's not a big issue. I could just scoop some out. And humidity in my room is about 54 degrees. So we're going to put the thermometer slash hygrometer. Yeah, we're going to put this in here. Let's put it right there so we can see it. Now we'll see how much the humidity goes up after I mist and put the cover on. All right, now we'll leave that for a bit, check on it later. I'd say that humidity got up pretty high. Nice. So let's have a look here. We got some, the start of some tiny little mushrooms there. Over the next few days, they're hopefully gonna grow nice and big. But you know, I cut all of these holes in the bag, and then the mushrooms started forming in one spot that I didn't cut a hole. So of course I saw them, and then I had to cut a hole out for them. But that's all right. All right, so this is day 5 now. Look at those. They got way bigger. And there's new mushrooms starting all over the place here. There's some. Nice. Oh, there's a bunch in there too. Okay. Might have to cut some more of this open for them to get out. Oh. Turn this lion's mane around. Look at that. We got some lion's mane coming in. It's exciting. Stuff's delicious. All right. Starting to get a little big now. All right, look at these mushrooms go. Some of them are coming in a little funny. I'm pretty sure that that's from too much CO2 and not enough oxygen and fresh air. So I opened up the bag the rest of the way just to let them get oxygen. I don't have a fan going for fresh air exchange, which would be ideal, but I really didn't want to have to spend any amount of electricity other than the one battery that's in there. We'll check back tomorrow and see what happens with those. The lion's mane here, this is really starting to take off now. This was a little slower to get going, but I have a feeling that this one's going to be going a little longer than this one, which is probably going to run out of steam quicker, I think. Just my guess, anyways, we'll see. I really like how this lion's mane looks when it's first growing in. Just kind of hard to see on camera, but just these tiny little spiky looking things. Pretty cute looking. This one here is more of like a little snowball. Alright, these things are still growing here. Awesome. this lion's mane getting nice and big now. Alright, so we got some pretty decent looking mushrooms here now. I might try to harvest some of them. I noticed some of them are turning a little brown. I don't like that. So I think I might harvest this cluster and any other ones that kind of look like they're browning and are a good size, because I'm gonna give them a sniff first and probably throw out the browning ones. But yeah, I don't want to see a whole cluster go to waste, so I'm gonna try harvesting this one here. This will be my first time trying to pick these. Just grabbing it and twisting. Don't know if that's the right way. Hopefully that's fine. Yeah, you can see some of them, quite a few of them actually are going brown. But we got some good big ones on there, so yeah, there's a little harvest. So I think I could be doing a lot better here if I did have some sort of fan going for a fresh air exchange and had it set up in a way where I could keep a lot of the humidity in but still get a lot of good airflow, because I can tell based on the way they're growing, I'd say they're not only not getting enough airflow, but they're also not getting enough moisture, because the way I had it set up, you know, it's all going right out the top there, right? Ideally, I should have a fully covered thing with a bunch of little holes in it, right? But yeah, I mean, we got a nice little snack, little harvest off of it. There's a lot more growing in, so now hopefully the mycelium block's gonna divert more energy into those mushrooms. And yeah, we still got some nice lion's mane coming in here, and it's popping up all over the block, so that's great.